guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I figured I'd film a video about the story of Wiley and Dakota and how we got them. So stay tuned. Go ahead and grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your wine, whatever you feel like you want to grab. I know I drank coffee about half an hour ago as it is 9 degrees outside. So anyways, let's just jump right into it. So where do I begin? So as some of you may know, Wiley and Dakota used to be both my parents' dogs. Let's go ahead and rewind through time. So my parents had a dog named Bodog, and they had Wiley at the time. Bodog sadly passed at the age of 13. He was a black lab. He was an awesome dog. He was a dog that I grew up with. So once he passed, they just had Wiley. After they had Wiley for a few months, they decided to get Dakota. Then, fast forward to 2013. In 2012, my parents divorced. And then in 2013, my dad passed. So at the time of his passing, we did not know what we were going to do, what we were going to do with the dogs. It was just kind of a messy situation all the way around for everybody. At that time in 2013, we had a boxer dog. His name was Jerry, and we decided that the best thing at the time was that we send all 3 dogs to an extended doggy daycare. We tried, before we sent them, we had tried to have them separated. We had Wiley with one family member, Dakota with another family member, and it just so happened that they just couldn't be separated. They were too stressed out, too much anxiety filled, and so on. So us as a family had decided to make a decision that with our situation at the time that we could not take them. We decided to send all 3 dogs to an extended stay doggy daycare in the mountains. Once we did that, we had, my husband and I and stepson, we had moved in to a new place. And after that, I made the decision on the date that I was going to take Wiley and Dakota, and we decided to rehome the dog, the boxer dog, Jerry Lee. Jerry is still with the same owners that when I rehomed him. He's doing just fine. I check up on him every once in a while, and he seems to be doing just great. So let's go ahead and get into the night and the day that we got Wiley and Dakota with us. So that day, it was blizzarding out. It was snowing pretty good. We were moving that day. Everything was just such a mess. So at the time, I had decided, because I didn't want to leave Wiley and Dakota any longer up in that doggy daycare, that I would go ahead and get them that night. So my husband and my stepson stayed back. I had decided to drive my car up to the mountains. It took me about 2 hours to get up there. I had gotten up there, I think I had to park about a mile away, as it was snowing pretty good. I think at the time I had ball tires on my car. Couldn't make it up to where I need to go, so I walked that whole mile to get to all 3 dogs. So once I got all 3 dogs, I had taken Jerry Lee down to his new home, and then Wiley and Dakota were to come with me. That night, driving to go pick up my husband and my stepson, I had obviously Wiley and Dakota in the car with me. They were freaked out, nervous, didn't know what to do, just anxiety filled. I feel so bad for them, bless their hearts at the time. I had my stepson in the back seat and my husband in the passenger, and I was the one that was driving. So on the way to our new home, due to stress, due to anxiety that Wiley and Dakota had, Please, I'm going to warn you guys now. Please, if you don't want to hear about this and your stomach's a little bit sensitive, please exit out of the video now, as it gets a little bit too much TMI of what I'm getting ready to tell you guys. Due to the stress on the dogs, Dakota decided to projectile diarrhea in the back seat with my stepson in the back seat. And I had to pull the car over as fast as I could. I had to find a spot to pull the car over. And everybody got out of the car. The dogs got out of the car. It had missed my stepson by 2 inches. It had missed his face by 2 inches. So, as you guys all know, if you are all dog lovers, dog owners, whichever that may be, diarrhea is a gross thing to get out of any fabric, to get out of the cars, anything. It's disgusting. So, I grabbed everything that I could. I grabbed blankets, towels, tarps, you name it, to cover that back seat as best as I could. And everybody had to get situated just to get back in the car. It was horrendous. It was gross. It was chaotic. Let's just put it that way. So once we got everybody back in the car, everybody got situated. We had finally made it home. I know that something else had happened on the way home. I don't remember what it was, but I remember telling my husband, like, we need to get off the road. This isn't good. Everybody's stressed out. Everybody's just got to get home. The dogs need to get home, get situated, all that kind of stuff. So we got them home. They did just fine. They slept. I'm going to insert a picture here. They slept, throughout the night. They did just fine. So previously, before we had taken them, I had went and volunteered my time, excuse me, up at the doggy daycare, just to kind of get Wiley and Dakota used to me, even though they'd been around me quite a few times, just to get them used to me and being around me and stuff like that. So then when I took them on, they weren't going to be nervous on trying to figure out who I was. Even though they already knew of me, they just weren't used to being with me. So they adjusted really well. As you guys know, they're here with us today. I couldn't ask for better dogs. They are such a blessing in my life. I wouldn't trade them for the world. So it's been a blessing. These 2 dogs are like 2 peas in a pod. They're my world. They're my lives. As you guys can see, that's obviously also why I started the channel, is to just show that, to record their lives and to get whatever I needed to, just to film and just to record. So yeah, Dakota, when we first got him, has had a little bit of behavioral issues that we have not been able to get him broken of. My dad used to let him jump on counters, and he still does that to this day. We've tried everything that we could in the book to get him to stop doing that. He still does it, so we can't leave anything on the counter. Wiley, the only thing we had to break him of is we don't think that he was used to being around kids. It didn't seem like he was used to being around kids very much. So he kind of got a little bit snappy with kids. So he's broken out of that. So anyways, guys, like I was saying, I just wanted to give you guys a background on where these guys had came from and what they've been through. I had heard when my dad had gotten Dakota when he was just a puppy, that he had 3, I want to say maybe 3, 4 previous owners before my dad. And finally, it stuck with my dad. My dad didn't want to give him back to the breeder, so he took him in. So I'm not sure what that was all about. I didn't get to ever get the full story on any of that, but they're good now, though. Like I said, I couldn't ask for better dogs. So they're 2 peas in a pod. They're inseparable. You definitely can't separate them. Dakota, if you separate Dakota, or I should say if you separate Dakota from Wiley, Dakota, he freaks out. If Wiley has to go somewhere with me, like I take him to go get his nails trimmed when they're long enough, Dakota flips out. And Wiley's kind of the opposite a little bit. He kind of freaks out a little bit without Dakota being there, but I think more so he does just fine. So, but anyways, guys, sorry I keep rambling on and on. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions. Please do me a favor and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. And just so you guys know, this is about my 10th or 11th time trying to film this video. So I'm going to add on me trying to film in our pantry on what was going on beside that other door. So thanks guys. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. It's like 2 kids. I swear. Huh. You can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere. It's like 2 kids waiting at the door for their mom to come out of the bathroom. They just can't go anywhere, huh? What are you doing, buddy? What? It's okay. It's okay. What are you doing, sweet boy? Huh?